What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we have a kind of different video. This is a FIFA 15 retro FIFA video. We're going to be going through my whole club, everything, all the squads I have, all the things on my transfers, my seasons record, my normal record, which is garbage. We're just gonna this is my first time looking at this in a long time, so you guys are gonna get my live reaction as well. Let's go. Okay, so let's go into this online season. Let's see what, oh my god, look at that record. 177 wins, 217 losses, 47 seasons completed, only 8 titles won, best season in Division 3. That's kind of pathetic. Pass accuracy 60%, 43% possession, and negative 82 goal difference. My online seasons wasn't that great, to be completely honest, man. Alright, so we're gonna skip the squads and we're gonna go straight into the transfer list and see what we can get. We're gonna, so what do we have in the transfers? We have a Dries Mertens, 1200 coins. He was 82 rated. Oh my god. Okay, so there's not that many here, but I guess we did play 4 games with him and scored 1 goal. Not too bad for Dries Mertens. I mean, this was a transfer. There's nothing too exciting here. We're going to get into the squads. This is the fun part, man. All right, here we go. Are you guys ready? You guys aren't ready for this. 3, 2, 1. This was arguably the most sweaty team I have ever played with on any FIFA. Barbo, Doumbia, and Cristiano Ronaldo. 95 rated man of the match. First owner pack pulled, 400 games within 338 goals and 80 assists. I packed him on March 11th, 2015. I don't have the clip, unfortunately. I took a picture with, we're not going to talk about that, but yeah, he is pack pulled. He is 95 rated. And I could have sold him for, I think, 15 million coins on the first day if I did sell him, but man, looking back on it now, I'm glad I didn't. Everyone told me, sell him, sell him. You can just get regular Ronaldo and get a god team around him. But I wanted to keep him, man. This is crazy to think about, man. First owner, 95 Ronaldo, man. It was ridiculous. But look at this team. Modric, Schweinsteiger, James Rodriguez, getting that link with the Barbo, struggling to Doumbia. If I had footage Doumbia, dude, I could have gotten him. But Doumbia on this game was ridiculous, nonetheless. Same with the Barbo. So pacey. James Rodriguez was decent. I had 200 games played with him. Modric was pretty good as well, and this left side was just great. Boateng and Leno was super overpowered in this game. So yeah, I have a bunch of these players pack pulled as well because I did spend some money on this game. I don't know why I did, but I just did. This was before the road to glory and all that. But we have Isco as well on the bench. I bought him for 190,000 coins, and I think he doesn't go for that much anymore. I mean, there's not going to be any on the market, of course, because no one really plays this game. But yeah, Isco 86 rated on the bench. And oh my god, this guy Ramirez, dude. Imagine if Chelsea would have kept Ramirez and had N'Golo Kante, I would have broken my game, dude. Ramirez, 5'11", first owner. Look, that card is just disgusting. 5'11", high, 88 pace, 79 defending, 73 physical, and 82 dribbling. Just a disgusting card. Let's get into the next squad. Okay, so let's go into the squad called Pack Gods. I don't know why I called it this, but I think, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, this was my main team. This was my main team. So this team for me was, every time I wanted to beat someone or go try hard mode, this was the team I did go ahead and use, and this team was ridiculous for me. It was so good, man. Bravo was decent. Ramos and Otamendi, one of my favorite center back partnerships of this game. Krykowiak, sorry, was very good as a team of the season. Gaia still is a silver team of the season right here. 65,000, very good player. I could use Jordi Alba, a very similar player who has arguably the same or better stats for way cheaper. But I just want to use Jordi Alba or Gaia because I wanted a special card in the team. Alex Vidal, pure pace bag, not the greatest defending at all. Now plays for, of course, Barcelona, but he was very good at right back in my opinion. James Rodriguez, not the best pace, but he did have a great curler of a shot. Isco at cam, and then I did use Neymar, of course, at the left wing, and my Ronaldo up top as well. First owner, dude, I will never get over that, dude. It's ridiculous. And Suarez, I did pack Suarez at one point at the year, but I did have to go ahead and sell him for team of the year. I do remember, and I occasionally played Pele here just because I wanted to, or did I? Actually, no, I didn't, because Legends didn't link with everyone in this game. I forgot, so I did bring Pele on, I think, just for the ban sometimes. But that was one game. I still have 4 games played with him, or 4 games available for him, because I didn't want to use him, and I only want to use him if I have to. Okay, into the next team, we have the Serie A 4-3-3-4. This team was also a joke. It was a joke. Handanovic was OP as hell. Barzagli had a great card, in my opinion, much more pace than he does now, and Agbana was just godlike for some reason. I don't know what it was about him, but he was very, very good, and I really enjoyed him. That's why I played him over any other center back. Evra was just another player that I just put in the squad because I didn't have anyone else. Congo, when he had 86 pace and 80 physical, dude, 6 foot, he was amazing, in my opinion. One of the greatest right backs that I've ever played with on this game. And then we had Callahan and Hernandez. I loved Hernandez in this game so much. Something about him, his dribbling, his shot, his passing, so good with the 5-star weak foot. Tevez, of course, as we all know, super overpowered, super short, high work rates, not the greatest skill moves or dribbling, but skill moves or weak foot, but still a very, very cheap and overpowered player. Callahan, I think I just used him because of the pace, to be honest. I'm not too sure. And Barbo, Doumbia, and Gervinho, of course, dude. Probably the most overused trident in this game, probably. I mean, Gervinho wasn't that greatest because of his shooting, but apart from that, his pace was crazy. The forehand man, of course, himself, Barbo, Doumbia, and Gervinho was just a nightmare to come up against in this game. Let's get into the next squad. Okay, so we have this squad called Fun. I'm not too sure what this was. Okay, so this was a team that I just put together, I think, from players I had in my club, which was just the Premier League team. Weird to see Felipe Luis at Chelsea, man. What would have happened if he would have stayed at Chelsea? Like, what would it have been? Would he have been a more Marcos Alonso player and transition to a left wing back? Who knows? But Kishoni and Cahill were very, very good in my opinion. I loved Cahill in this game. Something about him, I think I have a lot of games played with him. 74 games, not that much, but still, he was very, very good. Walker, 192 games played with him. He was very good in this game. Way better than FIFA 17 in my opinion. Only 77 rated, still overpowered as hell. Ramirez and Matic were very good. Matic was very good for me. Fabregas, there was something about him that I liked. I don't know what it was, but he was a very decent player. Sturridge, overpowered as hell as well. Very, very, I wouldn't say overpowered, but he was just very good because of his skill moves. I really enjoyed Sturridge in this game. The last game I actually enjoyed Sturridge in. Alexis Sanchez I loved as well. I had him first owner when he still had high medium work rates and was a right wing as a regular card. And we had Andre Shirley, who was very, very good in my opinion as well. Not that many games played with him, but he still had a very decent card. 4-star, 6 foot, and of course used to play at Chelsea. We had a couple other players here, Moreno, Willian Company. Raho was very good in my opinion as well. There was something about him that I liked as well. Willian, I don't think I used that much. 11 games only. I had Gladiator on him, shooting and defending the boost. But as you see, I had a lot of players on basic here. First of all, because they were mostly all first owner. I think this was all first owner. Okay, now mind the midfield. Okay, yeah, most of them aren't first owner, but some of them are first owner, and that's why they're mostly basic, because I didn't know about chem styles. This was like the first FIFA I really ever played as throughout the year. So yeah, let's get into the next squad before I keep rambling on. Okay, so this team is called PLG. I'm not too sure. So I think this was a team that I used to play with when I had my God team and my friends didn't have the greatest of teams. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put a squad together of players I never use. So I put Zabaleta at right back, Moreno at left back. Moreno was very good. Zabaleta, I'm not too sure. He didn't have that bad of a card, to be honest, but Gabriel had a decent card with 76 pace. Emre Can, this was when he was upgraded and had 4-star skill moves as a center back. We had Sanchez, who I pack pulled and almost never used. Wasn't that great of a player. Jesus Navas, a player never used as well. Tarat, when he had 5-star skills and was in the Premier League and was relevant to the football world. David Silva, I just had a left mid because he was in my club. This Campbell guy looked pretty decent, so I was like, okay, I'm going to throw him in there, see how he does. Played 2 games, got 1 assist, and then I had Harold Kane when he was still 77 rated and was the 1 season wonder everyone thinks he still is. But I had 1 game and 1 goal play with him. Not too bad. So this was just a pack full team. Then I was like, okay, I'm going to put this team together, see how it plays, because I never use these players, or I don't use those players, or I don't see anyone using those players. And yeah, it was pretty decent, and that's why it's still here. Let's get into the next squad. Okay, so this team was called Best. Okay, so I don't know what I was trying to do here. Okay, so I think I had probably someone like Willie on here. I'm not gonna go into my club because I want to save that for the end. But I probably had Willie on there and Sturge like on like off cam. But he was very good. 4 games, 5 goals, 1 assist. But apart from that, it's a pretty basic team. I mean, it's very similar. I thought Company was amazing in this game. That's why I had 115 games played with him. He was fantastic. 6'4", had decent pace, defending and physical, very good player, and got that strong link to Courtois, who I have a lot of games played with as well because he was very tall, and I really do like him in this game. But yeah, we're gonna get into the next squad. Okay, so this team was called Foot Founder. I'm not too sure why. Okay, I hate it when it did that. I actually remember that now. But yeah, who are we supposed to? Oh, I think I had PK there. Yeah, I remember I used to do this all the time. I used to put PK in goal because I love De Gea in this game. I think I have the 83 rated one as well. I might have sold it. But yeah, I remember I had PK in here, and then I got De Gea in goal all the time because I thought La Liga, Santander, or PVVA in this case, goalkeepers were garbage. But this was my La Liga team. I don't know what I did with this. I think I liked Benzema in this game a lot, and Carlsville was decent. I used him for a very long time, and DeMarcos was very good at right back as well. I don't know about Khedira, man. I had a lot of games played with him, which is not that bad, but PK is just missing there, of course. Uche, I adored in this game. He was something else. He was so good with the 4-star skill moves and very short as well. And then I had Casillas, who I didn't like that much. I think he was too short for me, but yeah. Let's get into the next squad, man. So this team is called SUP. Okay, so I think, okay, this was one of the other teams that I was like, okay, this team isn't that great. We're just gonna play with a team that I don't use that often and see how it goes. And I had Churchy or Searchy, whatever you want to call him, at CDM. He was a god. He was so good with his left foot and 4-star skills, with his dribbling as well. These 2 center backs I never used, so I was like, okay, I might as well give him a go. Cancelo looked, that's Pereira, not Cancelo, looked decent, had a very all-around card, didn't look too bad. Adriano looked like a very all-around card as well. Xavi, when he was still in the game. Dos Santos was very good in this game in my opinion as well. Diawara, I think this is. I used him because he looked like a pretty decent card, and I'd never played a game with him, and Uche, of course, was godlike as well. Let's go into the next one. So this team is called BP League. I think this was another team that I put together for fun with a bunch of pack pooled players. Look at this Chris Smalling, man. 76 rated Chris Smalling. That's so weird to look at. 12 games played. And then in Nadim Anuha, when he was very overpowered. Look at that 83 pace, 6'2". I never got really along with him. I don't know what it was about it, but yeah, Luke Shaw left back as well was a pretty overpowered card. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm pretty sure I just had him there because he was pacey. Eriksson, I don't think I ever really learned to use him. I don't think I used him that much. And then Balassi, I don't know why I had him at striker. His finishing's not that great for a 75 rated card. Used to still play for Crystal Palace in there, but yeah, he wasn't that great. And we have Mesut Ozil as well here. Wayne Rooney, Fernandinho, not the greatest of players, you know. Okay, this team is called God, and take a good look here. Why is this team called God? This is how I used to play the team. Watch this. So I had Benzema up top to get the strong link to Cristiano. So what I did was I put Aubameyang there. I used to do that, and then I took out Mr. I think it was Churchy. Actually, I put this team. I put the team like this, and I remember I used to play the team like this. And then I think I used to put like Walcott at left back or something. And this was the team I used to play with, and it was extremely sweaty. Like, look at this, 96 pace, 95 pace, 91 pace, 96 pace, 93 pace, 95 pace, 91, 86, 76, and 79 for the center backs. And it was a team that I had so much fun playing with just because it was all fast players. It was just for fun, to be honest, and I had a blast playing with the team. And I don't know, I created it because I just wanted to have fun, you know. I had a lot of fun on this game because I had a bunch of pack full of players in my club. But yeah, this team was just amazing in my opinion. This team is called Portugal. I think I created this team because I wanted to try something out with Cristiano. But yeah, I had a different, I think I had Pauletta there when he was actually my first legend that I ever bought, Pauletta, and he was very bad. Charisma was very good on this game. I think is man of the match. We have Pepe here who had actual pace, Patricio, Neto, who's this Thiago, and Pizzi when he was very low rated. Ilisu. But yeah, this team's not that exciting, man. Let's go into the next one. Okay, so this team is called Zosh, and the reason is I think I loved it. I think I loved Gerard Deulofeu in this game. This game, they didn't have the greatest right wings for the La Liga, except Bale and Messi, of course, who I didn't want to buy. So I put Deulofeu in, and he was very, very good for some reason. His pace and defending, or pace and dribbling was very good, and his shooting was very good as well. So I just used to play him all the time. I don't know who I put at the center mid spot or the center back spot. I think I put PK or Otamendi there. But yeah, this team was very, very solid as well. Let's go into the next one before I keep running out of time. So this team is called Olive, and I'm not too sure why Olive. Oh, I think I don't know, but this team was super overpowered as well. Look at this team. So Ramos and Nunua in goal with De Gea in goal was crazy. Look at this backline, Walker and Gaia. I could have easily put Alba there. Modric getting that strong link to Cristiano. Sturridge, who I used to play the footies one here, but I ran out of games, or was running out of games. Wayne Rooney, who I thought was incredible in this game as well. Steven Gerrard, who was decent, so I just put him in there for getting that strong link. And then I had Alexis Sanchez. I could have put any center mid there, but I just wanted a more defensive center mid, so I put Steven Gerrard there. But this team, in my opinion, was very good. I'm surprised they didn't use it as often or more often. But yeah, let's go into the next one. Okay, I promise this is the second to last one. I don't know why I had Pastore there. I think I had a... What team is this, man? Did I even use Lucas? No, 8-game Pastore. Oh, Pastore in this game was great, by the way. I'm not too sure. This was the game where he actually became the player he is now, where he got a huge upgrade in pace and all that. Otamendi, Fabio Contrao. I think I had Fabio there because I wanted a perfect link to Cristiano or something. Carvajal, when he was very, very not that great on the game. But yeah, this team was decent. I mean, not the greatest, but yeah, we're gonna get into the last team. So the last team is called Owen. I used to play Michael Owen here. I remember I used to have an English cam center mid. Wanted to try out Michael Owen. He wasn't good. I ended up selling him after 3 games. And yeah, I mean, this team was pretty basic. I didn't have that much of a great time with it. I mean, 4-1-2-1-2, not the greatest team, but not the worst team. Very overpowered players, as in these two in the center backs, and then goalkeeper, right back, center mid, and then maybe these two. But apart from that, Fabregas and Clichy weren't that great. Clichy was decent actually. He had a very, very good inform. But yeah, I think that is the teams for now. Oh, look at this team. I'm looking through my concepts. This was a team I wanted to play with because I wanted to have fun on the game. Hulk, I think I had Jonas here or someone like that. Elton, who was a 5-star skiller, very, very short. This Wellington Silva guy who had a 5-star skills as well for Arsenal. Marquinhos, David Luiz, and Thiago Silva. I think these were team of the season, team of the year, and then regular card, and then team of the season as well. Team of the season in form, and then regular card. It was just going to be a fun team, but I never ended up buying it, unfortunately. Okay, so I have 1,000 players in the club. We're going to get into this before I keep running out of time. I've been talking for a long time now, so let's get into this. 1,000 players in the club. Who are we going to look at? Look at those special cards. Ronaldo, Rodriguez, and Isco are my first 3 players. Can I skip through these? Oh, I can't skip through these? Okay, well, whatever. First owner, 110,000 coins, 190,000 coins. Ruffier, another first owner player, 85 rated, not too bad. Otamendi, 18,000 coins for that card is very good. I think he had an 85 rated inform as well. 84 rated Craig Kowiak. Now plays for PSG. I'm not sure if he still plays there, but Brahimi, I remember I packed this guy 3 times before I packed Cristiano Ronaldo. So when I packed him 3 times in a row, I was like, Cristiano is coming. They were released on the same day for the Champions League games. Sanchez, another first owner player. Alex Vidal and Gaia here. Suarez, my highest rated normal gold card. Schweinsteiger, when he was actually very, very decent in my opinion. Yeah, very good player in my opinion. In game at least. Excuse me. Neymar, 87 rated in the game. Yeah, he had a very good card in my opinion. 90 pace, 93 dribbling, and 82 shooting. I've been talking for way too long, but yeah, look at those stats. 49 games, 4 goals, and 9 assists. You can tell how bad I was at this game. Or not as good as I am now in my opinion. I don't want to sound like I think I'm the greatest of all time now, but I thought those were the same players. But I think I'm much better now that I was compared to this time. 150 games for PK. So there's the PK that I was talking about that I did like to use as well in center back spot. Who else was overpowered? Because Zorla I kind of used from time to time. I don't know. I thought he was a very, very weird player that people didn't use. And I was like, why don't people use this guy? I mean, he looks very good. But he was a left mid. That's why. Rakitic, 102 games. That's a lot of games for this player. Considering I only have 300 games played. Dzeko, another player that I did like to look up, but no one used really. Bravo, a player I used a lot. Jefferson Farfan, my main man for Peru. Weidenfeller when he was still good. Never used that guy. Mascherano, Hamsik, Griezmann. I want to look at this card. 83 rated. Oh my god. 7 games only played with him, but 83 rated Griezmann. That's kind of crazy to look at now when you kind of look back at it. But I don't think there's that many exciting things here, to be honest. I mean, there's no special thing I can go all the way to the back. And if I stay here, I will be here for a while. So I have 1,000 players in the club. We're not going to stay here, me scoring through 1,000 players, but I think I have a couple special cards in the club. I'm not too sure which ones I do. But yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't log into FIFA 16 today. This is all I can get for you guys, FIFA 15. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, man. Pack full of Cristiano Ronaldo on this pack account. I don't know, or on, yeah, pack account basically. This is such a good player, man. Such a good player. The best player I'll ever pack, probably. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you guys want to watch another FIFA 16 video. I can bring that for you. This is the FIFA 15 video. If you guys want to watch some FIFA 15 gameplay, let me know. FIFA 16 as well. I'm going to do another club tour like this and play some games on there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you guys want to see some more FIFA 16 and 15, comment. Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day.